Hello and welcome to Orion Today. I'm Joe Johnson, and once again I'm joined by Matt Pfeiffer. Welcome back.
Well, thank you, Joe. It's my honor and pleasure to be here.
Always glad to have you back. Thanksgiving has come and gone, so we're officially in the holiday frame of mind, as you can tell from the set. And this will be our last Orion Today episode of 2024. When you see us again, it'll be a new year, 2025. How was your Thanksgiving weekend?
It was fantastic. First of all, I love this time of year. I love this is so nice. Your bougie set here and this really cushy carpet. I'm enjoying that. I love this time of year and all of it. And Thanksgiving was fantastic. Got to go downtown and did the short version of the turkey trot and saw the tree and the parade in the morning, and
I've never
really
done
cool.
the parade. It's
Really?
kind of a bucket list thing.
I did get little bits and pieces of it. I didn't stand there and watch the whole thing. I actually cut across the road because I don't want to go too far into the weeds, but you get down there when it's parade time, it takes over, and then the turkey trot takes over. And so finish the turkey trot, and I'm trying to get back to the hotel, and could not find a way across the parade route.
Yeah.
And so ended up walking in front of the first car that was setting the tone for the parade, the pace car or whatever, and got across just in time so that we could get to the hotel. So yeah, that worked out well. But it's the atmosphere downtown is awesome. The tree, Campus Martius, the market. It's a really cool thing. I mean, it's no Lake Orion, but it'll do in a pinch.
I was offered Lions tickets for Thanksgiving, but I just didn't want to deal with all that. Plus, I look forward to just spending intimate time with family, and we watch the game. They have a huge charcuterie board. The ladies are going through the sale papers, planning what they're going to do on Black Friday, and that's kind of our tradition. And I didn't want to get pulled out of that to go deal with traffic and crowds and all that. So
it was a zoo. I mean, hey, our Lions came out on the right side of things, but probably wasn't the most fun game to watch.
It was a crazy ending. You couldn't even celebrate because you didn't know what had happened there at the end. It was nuts.
It was really an odd ending, but I'm so thankful that we came up on the right side of it. But get a little nervous. That defense is getting a little racked up as the season continues, and now we're going to be getting into the tougher and tougher games. And I'm hoping. I know they're making some trades, and I think I'm going to say it right here. The prediction is Lions are going to the Super Bowl this year, and they are going to pull it out. But it's going to be a lot of tricks that are going to have to happen, and a lot of smart moves, which they're making to make sure that we can accomplish that. But you mark my words, Lions Super Bowl win. This is our year.
Big test this weekend because division rivals, Green Bay Packers at Lambeau, right? So this will be a big
Thursday night game. And it'll probably be cold and snowy, and which doesn't seem to bother our guys. So I'm optimistic, but I'm a nervous wreck now every game, even though we're having such a great season. I'm a nervous wreck.
Yeah, it's been fun, though. It's a fun ride. Yeah. So like I said, we're full swing into the holiday season. Lots of fun stuff coming up this week. Holly Jolly Folly, which is maybe short of Dragon on the Lake, it's one of Lake Orion's biggest parties, maybe the biggest party. Holly Jolly Folly over at Gowling Buick GMC. It's a fundraiser for the parade, which, if you do not know by now, is this Saturday. It's the nighttime lighted Christmas parade in downtown Lake Orion. Starts at Bland Sims Elementary, works its way down Flint Street, goes down Anderson, Front Street, and then up Broadway. And it's a spectacle. It's something to see. Now, something a lot of people might not realize is this year is the 30th year since the last daytime parade. And I dug up a little video here. This is our last daytime parade in downtown Lake Orion. It was a little underwhelming and not a big turnout, not a lot of participation. And so organizers got together and had a discussion. What can we do to save the parade? Because interest was waning. So the very next year, next year will be 30 years, they did the first nighttime lighted parade. the streets were lined with people, the participation grew, and it just keeps getting bigger and better every year. So they made the right choice, did the nighttime lighted parade, and here we are still doing it almost 30 years later.
Such a fantastic Lake Orion tradition. I love it. Everything from the Holly Jolly Folly, which is an awesome fundraiser. Typically about 400 people packed in the converted Gowling GMC, and they do such a good job. I'm so thankful for them. They donate all money raised for the event to the parade to make sure that we have the best, which is Michigan's largest lighted parade. So we've got a great distinction there. Some of us say it's the world's largest. I don't know. I don't have any proof of that, but I like to say it anyway. And I don't know if you know, I'm actually been in the parade the last decade or so.
It's hard to spot you.
I try not to be hard to spot.
But yeah, that's got to be a blast just seeing the reaction from the kids. And
it's
the crowd.
Amazing how excited the kids get when they see me in character. It's really a cool thing because I'm not used to that reception ever, especially now as the tax man. And so the fact that kids get so excited and run up to me, and I try to say hi and pick up the kids that are reaching for that, and it's a really cool experience. What a magical night in Lake Orion, a magical weekend, really, and it sets the tone. This is the holiday season, and if you're not quite there yet, you need to come out to the Holly Jolly Folly on Friday, or you need to come out to the parade on Saturday. It will put you in the spirit, guaranteed.
Yeah, and you can visit with Santa Claus after the parade. He'll be set up, him and Mrs. Claus, for photo ops and things like that. There'll be a stage at Front Street and Broadway where our announcers, Rockin' Ronnie and John Cooper, will be. I'm assuming they'll be back this year. And that's where our Owen TV cameras will be to record the parade in its entirety. So we'll be able to play it back for you after the fact. So it's going to be a really great night. Before we get into our first break, one thing I want to talk about quickly is at the beginning of November, you begin the Operation Warm Coat Drive.
Yes.
And you ask the community to donate not only coats, but scarves, hats, gloves, mittens, that sort of stuff. Talk about the coat drive and what recently happened.
No, it's a really cool endeavor, and as usual, our community never disappoints. Our community does come out in force whenever there's a need, and every year there's a need. So with the coat drive this year, we did a little expansion. I think we're at about 10 years on this, but I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. So we collect it at Northern Wholesale Flooring 24/7. You can drop off your gently used or new coats, hats, gloves, mittens, scarves. But this year we also added Great Lakes Athletic as a drop-off spot. So we just added that a week or so ago, and so far the support has been fantastic. We've already distributed hundreds and hundreds of coats, and of course our friends at the Knights of Columbus always come through, and they came through with 8 or 9 cases of brand new girls and boys coats, different colors, and Joe, you came by and got to see that. Yeah, there you go. And it's a really cool thing that they do as a community partner, but the community at large always steps up. So look around your house, check your closet, check your attic. There's coats, hats, and gloves you aren't using that are gently used. Drop them by. Let's make sure they get a second use. You can really make a difference in some of our friends and neighbors' lives by giving them these tools to keep warm this winter, and we're going to do this all the way through the end of the year. So there's lots of opportunity to do that. And when you're out shopping, you see a good deal, which typically happens as we start getting late in the season. Pick up a couple extra items and drop them off. We'll make sure they get to a family that needs them, and make sure that they're used, and instead of just sitting in your closet.
Something you mentioned I thought would be kind of fun. There's like a yarn place in downtown Lake Orion.
Yeah, Heritage Spinning. Great people.
Why not get some people together and knit some scarves, knit some mittens? And
well, we do have groups that do that every year as well. In fact, in my office at the township, I have a big bag of fresh knitted scarves, and I don't know what you call the things that kind of wrap your head but leave the opening at the top. We have those. And mittens, and so there are folks that do that. But yeah, that's a good idea. I'll reach out to them and see if they'd like to add that to the, because it is really special to get something, period, when you need it, but to get something that's made, handmade, made with love, is an extra special gift. And so, yeah, it's a good idea. I'll reach out to them, Joe. Thank you.
And thanks for what you're doing in the community. And the coat drive runs to the end of December. And like Matt said, you can drop them off at Northern Wholesale Flooring or the Great Lakes Athletic Club on Baldwin Road. So make sure you do that and help keep kids and families warm this holiday season. We're going to go to a little break. The official kickoff of the holiday season took place about a week or so ago, and we did the tree lighting ceremony in Children's Park in downtown Lake Orion, and that's where Santa made his first of several appearances this holiday season. So let's take a look at the Sing and Stroll tree lighting.
Yeah.
On the evening of Thursday, November 21st, the Lake Orion community was invited to come to Children's Park to kick off the holiday season with the annual Sing and Stroll tree lighting ceremony. Visitors enjoyed plenty of photo opportunities with characters like the Grinch and Anna and Elsa from Frozen. Scouts manned the fire pits and encouraged families to make s'mores. There was festive music and a performance by the Elite Dance Arts Company out of Davisburg. A horse-drawn wagon took passengers on a tour of downtown Lake Orion. It was all made possible by the Lake Orion DDA.
Well, you know what? It is, we have a lot of great volunteers that are helping out, and you know, I tell you, it takes a village, literally, to get this all put together. So we certainly want to thank our volunteers, our committees, our board, our businesses who also help promote and get the word out about this event. Again, it's just a really great time for people to come together, gather their friends and neighbors, and just enjoy a memory-making experience.
Hey, I'm Matt Gibb. I'm the Executive Director of your Downtown Development Authority, and I'm here with what family?
The Willets and McIntosh family.
The Willets and McIntosh family. And what is your name?
Charlie.
And your name is?
Liam.
Liam, and is this your big sister behind you?
That is my little sister.
Oh, that's your little sister. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So have you been to Sing and Stroll before in the tree lighting?
No, this is our first time here. We're here with the dance studio, Elite Dance Arts Company,
Elite.
so they're going to be performing tonight.
So that means you're going to be performing back
these
there.
two.
So you can't be shy. You're a dancer, both of you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you most excited about for the season this year?
Just being with family, getting out and enjoying Christmas this year.
Yeah. Are you new to Lake Orion?
I'm not even shy.
You're not shy? So what kind of dance are you going to do for us tonight?
I don't know.
A Christmas.
You're going to do a Christmas dance? Well, we're super excited. You look like you're the Grinch. Are you the Grinch?
Yeah.
You're the Grinch. Are you new to Lake Orion? Have you been here for a long time? Have you lived here a while?
We actually don't live in Lake Orion, but we come here often.
Well, we're glad to
Yes.
have you here
Yeah,
in Lake
absolutely.
Orion. So
Thank
welcome. We're looking
Thank you.
forward to your dancing, and your sister is dancing. Who's the best? You're the best, or she's the best? You guys are so nice to each other. Well, have a Merry Christmas.
Thank
All
you,
right.
you too.
All right. Thank you.
This is always a marvelous kickoff for the holiday here in downtown Lake Orion. Lighting the tree down by the creek here. It's just a wonderful evening. Looking forward to seeing all the kids.
Of course, Santa and Mrs. Claus arrived to pose with families and to help light the Christmas tree in the gazebo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Light the tree. Yay! Happy holidays, everyone.
The event officially kicks off the holiday season in Lake Orion. And as you begin your holiday shopping, the DDA wants to remind you that it's important to shop local whenever you can.
That money gets reinvested back in your community. I want to say it's 68 cents. So for every dollar you spend, 68 cents goes back into your community, gets reinvested in clubs, hiring more staff, keeping the doors open, keeping the economy running. So it is a very important part of the national economy that these small businesses keep it running.
Hometown Holidays events continue on November 30th with Shop Small Saturday, where you'll have another opportunity to enjoy horse-drawn wagon rides. And then the Orion Lighted Christmas Parade returns on December 7th, beginning at 6 p.m. For more information, visit downtownlakeorion.org. You can also find them on Facebook. From Children's Park, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News. So, like I said, that's the official start of the holiday here in Lake Orion, and we got events coming up just about every week until Christmas. And a big source of holiday fun is Orion Township Parks and Rec. We have Jesse Sampson joining us now, and I know your calendar is full. So what's coming up? What can people expect from Orion Township?
We have so many things coming up. So this Thursday, we have our Made in the Mitten pop-up market. It's from 3 to 7 at the Orion Center. It's free parking and admission. We have raffle prizes, and we'll have over 20 vendors, all local handmade products so you can shop from.
So if you're looking for that unique, one-of-a-kind Christmas gift, that might be a good place to look, right?
Yeah, for sure. Last-minute Christmas shopping will have you covered.
What kind of products, an idea, just so people know?
Yeah,
what kind of things
we
you
have
normally
everything
see?
from like baked goods to Christmas ornaments, crocheted stuff, yes. Melissa, one of our programmers, she has cinnamon rolls that are amazing.
Really?
So, yes, make sure to
So,
stop by.
you want to go?
It's right over there. I'll smell the cinnamon and wander over there.
Sweet and savory cinnamon rolls.
Oh, really?
They're pretty good, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so all kinds of good stuff over there. Then we also have 3 Christmas events, all back to back to back. We have Cookies with Claus on the 13th, Breakfast with the Grinch on the 14th, and then our teen cookie decorating night on the 16th.
So it used to be that Santa Claus would be at the Orion Center on Saturday. That program got replaced with Breakfast with the Grinch. Is this the first year that Cookies with Claus has come back?
No, we brought it back last year.
Oh, did you? So
yes.
talk about, is it a registration event? Do people have to sign up ahead of time?
So all 3 of those events you have to register for. So we have to, make sure we buy enough goodies for all the kids that come. So Cookies with Claus, you'll get to meet Santa. He'll be there. You can write a letter to him, and you'll get a letter back in the mail. Wow. And then every kid will get cookies to decorate, and we'll have crafts to do as well. That one's for ages 1 to 9. Oh. And then we have our Breakfast with the Grinch, which is, the Grinch is here. You can have, I think we're doing pancakes, ham, fruit, all that good stuff. And then we'll have crafts as well. And
What's being served with the ham?
Green eggs?
we're not doing green eggs this year.
You're not doing green
No.
eggs?
Did you do that before?
We used to, yes. With not knowing where we were going to be for the event, we decided the eggs were a big hassle, like a big green mess in our kitchen. So we're going to kind of skip the green eggs this year, unfortunately. Okay. But we're going to do pancakes instead, and we'll still have ham, and we'll do green grapes for you guys. Get some green on there.
That program is become enormously popular,
Yes.
and one of the coolest things to see are all the kids and even the parents that show up with green and red and the Grinch on their shirts and Grinch hats and all sorts of stuff. They really get into it.
It's awesome. Yeah, we have kids that show up in full costume.
Yeah.
Grinch even, which is a lot of fun. People come from all over to this event. They drive like over an hour to come to this event sometimes.
Really? So this is open to not only Orion residents, really anybody who wants to register can come out and be a part of all of these events?
All of them event. Yep.
Okay.
Residents get a break on the price, but we welcome anybody and everybody.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool. You guys do such a good job with the programs.
Thank you.
It's we're very lucky to have such a hands-on Parks and Rec department that really always makes sure they're bringing the fun.
We enjoy it. It's a good time, and we love seeing the kids have fun. That's what it's all about.
And that last event you talked about, go into some detail about that.
The teen cookie decorating night?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something we started a couple years ago just to give, teens something Christmassy to do or holiday to do. They come out, we have sugar cookies they can decorate, we play a holiday movie, have some crafts, and they usually will get bored about the movie about 45 minutes in and start running around the building, but they have fun anyway, so it's a good time.
So are you still accepting registration for all 3 of
Yes.
these events? How can they go about doing that?
Yeah, so you guys can go to OrionParks.com and register. You can come into the Orion Center, or you can give us a call over the phone.
Now, you also do an event for seniors, right? Will there be a holiday luncheon at the Orion Center this year?
Yes, yep. So that one is on the Wednesday after. The Holly Luncheon is on the 18th. And that one's for our seniors. We're expecting, I think, close to 130 people come out for that one. Yes.
Fun.
What's on the menu for that?
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the
Jesse.
cook from, I know.
I'm asking the tough ones.
Yeah, this is really hard hitting.
It is. You're
Chris
testing my
Wallace better
knowledge.
watch out, or whoever the big one is these days.
Yeah, but I believe the cook from Independence Village is making the food. They did Thanksgiving, and after Thanksgiving, everybody's like, "Are you coming back?" And he's like, "Yeah." So they all signed up for it after that. Their food is very good.
Let me know. I always enjoy coming out and serving some food, even though I'm not cooking it when it comes to these. But
For sure,
the seniors always seem to really enjoy your guys' programming, and it's so nice to have what you put together to make them feel special. And,
Right, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, sometimes this is, some of them, this is the only social or holiday, event they have. They go with people. So it's always nice to give them something to do, outside of their regular lives.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm probably just a few years away from attending.
Yeah, what age do they?
Is there a cutoff?
We start at 50, so.
Oh, man.
We're in.
I've missed a bunch of them.
Yeah, right.
Come on out.
So we can't register for the Grinch, or wait, no, what was the thing we couldn't do? We can't, the teen thing, we're not in the right
The
age.
Grinch and the cookies with claws.
You guys check IDs, or, because kind of the cookie thing sounds pretty good.
I mean, if you got, kids, bring them over.
Oh, I mean,
You
I
can
could
still
just
come.
find some.
Yeah, find some on the street. It's all good.
Oh, that's really cool. So, and these are all annual. These are
Yes.
things you've done before. Okay.
Yep,
Cool.
yep. Like I said, the cookies we started back last year. That one we used to do before I started every year. And then I think it kind of petered out, so that's when we brought the Grinch on.
Right.
And then the Grinch has been going I've been here for almost 9 years, so about 9 years now.
Is that the biggest event?
Christmas event, that one
Christmas,
is big.
that's what I meant, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we have
cool.
like 120 kids come out to that one.
It's really neat.
Yeah, it's
And
a
then
good
you're
time.
offering a road trip, the holiday nights,
Yes.
Greenfield Village.
Yeah, so that one is for our seniors as well. We're going to Greenfield Village. We have all the things to do there. It's a motor coach bus transportation, and there's free carousel rides, ice skating, skate rental, historical Model T rides, and horse-drawn wagon rides, all included in your ticket.
Wow.
And then there's going to be live music, decorated homes, carolers, holiday cooking demonstrations, and a lot more. So that one is a hot ticket to get to.
Have you been? Do you
I
go?
haven't gone. No,
'Cause
last
I
year.
haven't been there since I was a
Yeah.
kid, but I remember it fondly in terms of being just
Yeah.
a really cool
I would
place.
love to go. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
my family has family in Spain, and they came to visit one Christmas, and we took them to the Christmas event at Greenfield Village, and it was spectacular.
Really?
All the historic homes that they have are all decorated, in Christmas lights and period accurate decorations and stuff. And if you've never seen it, you got to do it. It's
Well, a lot
really
of times it
spectacular.
just seems overwhelming. Like, oh, you got to plan it, and you got to find the details, and what do they offer, and you got to get separate tickets for different things and that. You guys make it so easy. Just
Right.
put in a package
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
or jump on the bus here. And
Yeah,
get
because I know a
home.
lot of people, myself included, don't like driving at night. 'cause
Right, right.
I can't see. So watch out when I'm at night.
Okay, thanks for the warning.
That's what horns are for.
How long
Right.
is that? Is that like how many hours do people?
I believe they're leaving at 5. I have a flyer here. They're leaving around 5, and they'll get back at 10.
And
so
seniors over 50.
50 plus. So anybody 50.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Wow,
Yeah.
very
Now,
cool.
speaking of the hard-hitting questions, I get a little emotional thinking that a lot of the events that we've had over the past year are the last of these events to be held here at the Orion Center. Do you want to talk about the future? When does the full transition take place over to the new offices at the Athletic Center?
All right, so I can tell you what I know.
All right. No one, this is just between you and I.
Right, yes. Yeah. Don't tell anybody. No. So we will be closing the lower level of the Orion Center about mid-December.
Oh, wow.
All of our senior programming will move upstairs. And then we'll be here doing that until, I believe, the end of March.
Oh, wow.
So then after that is when we will all move over to GLAC.
Okay.
And I believe there will be a room big enough, comparable to our dining rooms, that we can still host these events in. So they're not done, just look a little different next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure you'll utilize the property out back for the Easter egg hunt or summer sizzle or events like that.
Yeah. So the backyard at the athletic club is huge and it's super nice. So we'll definitely utilize that.
There's going to be so many new opportunities that the facility's going to bring. I'm excited to see what we're able to accomplish together to make it a really special place. So this obviously has been a great facility, and a lot of memories have been built here, and it's going to continue with our friends at ONTV and with the schools. But this it's an exciting time. A little stressful probably for well, maybe all of us, but it is going to be a really cool facility.
Yeah. Once it's all said and done, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. Living through construction is never fun, but we're used to chaos. So Parks and Rec will thrive.
Would be my assessment.
People always resist change, and I think back to when the senior center was at Village Hall many years ago, and when people said, "Oh, we're going to be moving into this beautiful new building," people resisted. People complained. People were like, "We like the old senior center," but then people grew to embrace the Orion Center, and now we're going through that again, where people are kicking and screaming about change. But I really think it's all for the better, and it's a beautiful property, beautiful facility over there, and I won't be able to just walk over to your events anymore. That's the worst part.
I know.
I'm going to write an angry letter about that, but no, it's going to be fantastic over there.
It'll be great.
Yeah,
it is. We've already seen the tide turn in terms of a lot of our seniors are getting excited about some of the new opportunities, like the indoor walking track and the swimming and all of those things there. And I think the interaction of generations is what I'm probably most excited about. That I think we're going to really see that to be a cool addition to the offering that we have for our township residents. So I think it's going to be fantastic. But like you said, nobody likes change, and the chaos in the meantime might be a little bit much, but it's all good. We're going to get there, and it's going to be a great thing when it's done.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're excited.
So go to orionparks.com. That's where all your calendar and everything is. And you guys also have a great presence on Facebook. Yes. Whoever's in charge of your Facebook page really keeps it up to date and keeps people informed. So if you have any questions about any of these upcoming events and the changes that will be taking place, go to Facebook, go to orionparks.com. Jess, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for all you and your team and everybody at Parks and Rec does to really make, I think you guys bring home the saying, where living is a vacation. Your activities that you create for the community are a big part of that, so thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that.
It keeps me busy.
Yes.
We're going to take you now to a performance from last Christmas. The North Oakland Concert Band does an annual Christmas concert. One should be coming up soon. But here's a clip from last year's performance. So we just had Jesse from Orion Parks talk about everything that's coming up. Now we have Ashley Lehman from the library. I don't know how you follow that. She had all kinds of fun stuff coming up.
I don't know. They're hard to follow.
So what's going on at the library that will put people in the holiday mood?
Yeah, we have a lot going on. Coming up in just a few weeks, we have our winter workshop. So go get your breakfast with the Grinch and then come to the library for the winter workshop. It's we have fun for all ages. So it's not just kids programs, kids activities. We also have programs for adults that day as well, like decoupaging vases, and some of our Makerspace librarian, Julie, is going to work with them and make some cool photo picture frames with some of our Makerspace equipments. And for the kids, they have cookie decorating, and adults can do that too, of course, and a hot chocolate bar, and even like throwback shrink eatings.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a registration event? Do you have to register
Nope.
to attend, or you just pop in?
No, you just pop in Saturday the 14th, 11 to 1 p.m. You can just drop in and take part of any of the activities that you want to.
Is that in the meeting or the meeting rooms?
Mm-hmm. Yep, meeting room, and then we do have activities for kids in the kids room as well, like little stacking presents and just fun little activities where they can win stickers and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. Is this a new event, or have you been doing this a while?
No, we've been doing Winter Workshop. It used to be called, I think, the Elf Workshop.
Oh, okay.
A while back. We switched it over to Winter Workshop. We've been doing it. We did it all the way through COVID, too. It was little, we did like a take and make year where they picked up their crafts and took them home.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, we've been doing it, gosh, I can't even tell you, the whole time I've been there. So at least 6 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty
great.
cool
Sounds
coordination that it's they can do the Grinch for breakfast. They can come over there. It creates a full day when
Yeah.
families are trying to. I remember when my kids were young, trying to keep them busy and with fun stuff and that. And I mean, you can do a whole day just between.
Yep, just
between
zip on
here.
down Johnson
Yeah,
Road
that's
and
great.
hop in here. Yeah, for sure.
That's fun. All right. What else is coming up?
And then in December for kids while they're off that full 2 weeks and parents are heads are spinning, probably they're looking for something to do. We have our winter break week program. So during those 2 weeks, there's 3 to 4 programs each week. We're gonna, everything from a New Year's Eve party for little tiny kids. We encourage them to wear party clothes for that. And we have a balloon drop and everything at noon for the littles. And there's some fun sparkly crafts they can do at that one as well. And we'll read a story about midnight. And then we also have other things like bubble science for older kids, a Lego drop-in program, and a crafternoon where you can just stop on in and craft with our arts and scraps.
That New Year's Eve event is pretty appealing. I don't know about you guys. I'm having a hard time making it to midnight on a lot of these things now. And so is that adult friendly too?
If you have a little with you, yeah, you are encouraged.
I've got to find kids for all this stuff.
Yeah,
if anybody's got a child out there that they
go.
need, someone to take it to some things, so I can go to these things.
Well, the one that I'm most excited about is, and then it kind of went viral on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok recently, was a stuffy story time and a stuffy sleepover. So it's a pajama story time, and then we encourage kids, again, you need a little for this one, to come on in and bring their stuffed animal, and then they leave their stuffed animal at the library overnight, and then they can pick up, I think we're doing email, but we'll email them like a report of what their stuffed animal got into overnight, like the copy machine, or they did like an animal story time. So
do you take pictures of them getting into mischief?
Yes. Well, somebody takes pictures. Maybe it's an elf. I don't know.
That's a really cool idea. Although I've got to believe I remember when my kids had the stuffed animals that they were attached to. I gotta imagine it's difficult for some to leave it behind.
Yeah. Is
that the idea? Is that part of the idea to help start getting?
It's kind of like get used to leaving, dropping off stuff like that. But I encourage them that these animals are gonna do some magical thing while you're gone, and you'll be able to see it when you pick up or when we email you the report, their nightly report.
It's a neat idea. That's really I've never heard of that actually.
Mm-hmm.
Really
if they really don't want to leave them, they can take their stuffed animal home.
You won't take it at pride out and kicking and screaming.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Keep it friendly, so the kids aren't traumatized.
Yeah,
I've seen something similar where someone will take a child's stuffed animal travel around the world and
Yeah.
visit landmarks and send the
Yes.
pictures back.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun. That's really
Like
neat.
Flat Stanley, the book.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if you've heard of that, but
Yeah.
you go around the world with Flat Stanley and taking pictures. Yes,
That's awesome. That's great.
definitely.
All right, what else?
So that's kind of our December for our kids. We kicked off Battle of the Books for 5th graders just a couple
That's right.
weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw the post.
And we have over 100 kids signed up already. So we're excited for that. They're going to read 10 books. This is all Lake Orion 5th graders only, so it's very exclusive. You can't come to this one either. Sorry.
I'm starting to really think the library doesn't want me.
So at the kickoff, did you announce the 10 titles and authors?
We did announce all 10 titles, and then they, might make a team of 3 to 5 5th graders, and they read the books. And in March, we will have a trivia contest for them, and a couple other adventures along the way, so they don't get bored reading books for 4 months.
No, that's awesome. I've been covering the event for 30 years, where it used to be contained in the meeting room at the library, where there was just a couple of teams. Now it's just turned into this big event that fills a gymnasium. So
Yes.
it's
It's
spectacular.
really cool.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
really bring it when it comes to programming, don't you?
We
I mean,
try,
yeah, I
I mean,
think-
I'm only talking about kid stuff so far.
Yeah,
so
right.
we
Yeah,
haven't got to,
obviously, I keep trying, but
Have you locked down a speaker yet for Battle of the Books?
Yes, we have a local author, a Lake Orion local. She grew
Wow.
up. She actually did Battle of the Books when she was in 5th
Wow,
grade.
that's awesome.
Yeah, she just released a book I think it was last year, Moss Heart's Promise. Her name is Rebecca Mix, and she got into reading after she did Battle of the Books. It's like the coolest
Wow.
full
that's
circle
a great
story.
perfect to have as
Yeah,
your speaker,
definitely.
too.
Because most of the kids who do Battle, they're very interested in, like, how do you publish a book? Like,
Yeah.
how did you do this? And to have someone there who has been in their actual seat before is really exciting for us.
What
Yeah.
a smart thing for parents to get their kids to and involved in, because
Yeah.
especially with this speaker, I gotta believe there's going to be some kids that come out of it with their own, plans to make their own book.
Yeah,
make their own book.
definitely. They really get interested about writing and publishing books. Like, it's like the main question they have for our authors. So having her here and talking about the process with these kids and how she got into it, we're just beyond excited about it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
What's neat about the event in March is, athletes are always celebrated, the bleachers are always full, cheering on games and stuff. And what's great about Battle of the Books is the bleachers are full with families, parents holding signs. The kids are in costume. They come up with themed team names and costumes and everything. And they turn reading into this competition that makes these kids really enthusiastic, and they celebrate and cheer. And I can't imagine coming out of that not having a passion for books. It's
What a
really a
cool
event.
opportunity you guys create.
And we love it. We love that they like to, it exposes them to books that they wouldn't read on their own. So a book in verse. So a lot of kids are like, ew, poetry. But you give them a book in verse, it's a novel, it's a story, and they realize, wow, this is really cool to read poetry, and it forms this long story. And they really get into stuff like that. Or they're very excited about graphic novels, but then they didn't know that they could do a nonfiction graphic novel that's just as interesting as a fiction book as well.
Yeah, that's a great event. I love it. Yeah.
It's our favorite. We have our mentors meeting for the team mentors coming up in a couple weeks, and then they're just going to, hit the ground running reading the books for the next couple months.
Now, I said I've covered it for at least 30 years. How many years has it been going on?
40.
Is this upcoming one 40? Mm-hmm. So you're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Battle of the Books.
The first one is in 86.
Wow.
So 25 would be number 40. So we're excited, and most of the parents now are around. That was when they were born, so they're kind of very interested to see that they've heard that Battle's been around for that long.
Yeah. What's neat is some of the videos that I put together back in the 90s you can find on YouTube, and these are 5th graders 30 years ago, and now they're parents with kids, and they can see themselves taking part in Battle of the Books, and it's really neat when they discover that.
Yeah, they might even be a Battle author coming back.
Exactly. I'll have to look
for
at my
sure.
archival. Do you wonder what year You said Rebecca. What year did she take part? I'm gonna have to figure that out.
I will let you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Now
was
might
in the
be able
Orion
to
battle.
do
It was
yeah,
one
it
that
was
you
Lake
got for?
Orion. Yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't live. She's still in Detroit area, but she grew up in Lake Orion. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's great.
I will let you know though, because I'm super interested.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Anything else you want to touch on? Do you take
yeah.
part in the parade that's coming
We
up?
are, yes.
What's your involvement in the parade?
We decorate our book bike, so we have a kind of a mini float.
I've seen it.
It's
Yeah.
currently being decorated, I think, as we speak. I'm not going to give away our theme or anything. It's stories, right? It's
Storybook
the whole
is
theme?
the
Yeah,
theme.
the
Yes,
storybook theme.
So yeah, ours they're decorating. I'm going to be walking with it. I think I don't know who's riding. Hopefully, we'll get our director Chase to ride the bike this year.
I wonder what kind of challenge that is. Biking from Blanche Sims along the parade route to the Elizabeth Street School. That might be a little bit of a workout.
I don't think so. I think walking it in a full costume with a giant head and trying to bend over to every kid.
Is this what you're doing?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm in it, but it is like I'm always a sweaty mess at the end, and the head, you try to lean over and the heads want to fall off, so you're trying to balance, but every kid wants to say hi. And
Well, we get to wear pajamas for our costumes.
oh, no.
So.
Better. I think you're going to need warm pajamas.
Yeah, I'm
this
going to get a
weekend.
robe.
Let's hope for good weather. We're usually pretty lucky
We
with the
are.
parade. We get decent weather. I think there was one year where we had some drizzle, and I had to wear this green poncho, and they gave us these lighted up necklaces, so I looked like one of the parade entries. I looked like a Christmas tree. But yeah, it was drizzling that year, and so anything but drizzle, I would prefer.
I think my favorite memory was taking my kids probably 15 years ago or so, and it was snowing like crazy, and it was it started snowing like that day, but it was a ton of snow, so it was a little messy, but it was so beautiful.
Oh,
to see
yeah.
all the
Probably
lights
looked so
and-
nice, though.
Yeah, it was really festive.
I like that.
That's fun. All right, make sure you wave to the cameras when you go by.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What was the other event you were going to mention?
Oh, okay. We have it's a 3-program series coming up this is on a Sunday. It starts in January. It's kind of a partnership with Oakland University School of Music and Theater and Dance. It's a professional saxophonist and pianist. They're going to be there and kick off that program series January 12th. So come see a really cool musical show.
That's
There's
awesome.
no lull in your programming. You guys
No,
just always have
definitely. You
something
can come to this one.
Finally,
There you go.
finally, next year I get to come to something.
January 12th. Yes.
I don't have to find a kid on this.
Well, you can also come to our book clubs as well. We have book clubs for all ages, but our grown-up book clubs are kind of kicking off really hot recently. We have anything from a cookbook club and all the way to a romance club. They meet all over the place. We meet at the library, we meet at OPA, at a bar, and then we also meet at 313 Pizza. So they're all over the place. Any type of reader, like I said, romance, fantasy, cookbooks. That one comes with food too.
Oh, that sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the book clubs. You can find out more information on our website about those book clubs or in Orion Living as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to put you on the spot. What's on
Okay.
your nightstand right now? What
I
are
knew you were going to ask
I
me.
know. I hope you came
looked
prepared.
It up.
What are you reading?
The Husbands by Holly, maybe Gramazio, I think is her last name. It's this lady wakes up and she has a husband, but she doesn't know the guy. And her whole family, her whole history, her whole phone photo memories is her and this husband. And then he goes upstairs to change a light bulb, and a different husband comes down. So she has this rotating cast of husbands and different history. I haven't started it. I literally just checked it out today for my book club.
It's a little kind of fantasy element, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sci-fi,
I don't
Be careful
know.
where that one goes. Like,
universes.
I don't think it's going anywhere too racy, but I think I'm quite interested to see. It's kind of like this, what do you like in people? What qualities? Because she's single, so now she all of a sudden has these husbands that she has to get used to. So, yeah, that's interesting.
That's awesome.
on
Yeah.
my nightstand right now, the Treasurer's Guide to Tax Collection.
Oh yeah,
And it's
you're
really,
immersed in
it
that?
is a very fascinating read. It's just once you start, it's hard to put it down.
And it puts you to sleep. It's like
does that.
tryptophan. Yeah. I'm always fascinated with like the history of Hollywood and movies and stuff like that. So I'm just about finished with a book that's the history of 20th Century Fox, the movie studio, and it's just absolutely fascinating. Just the origins and how Fox Films merged with 20th Century Pictures to form 20th Century Fox. And there's one guy, I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head, but he had his hand in everything from picking scripts to actors to editing and everything. Like everything went through this one guy, and they produced some of the greatest movie classics in film history. So it's really fascinating to read about the process of filmmaking.
It was very different back then. I remember the actors were not making the big bucks back then.
No, they were all contracted and could be loaned out to other studios, and you know, they benefited by becoming stars, but they had very little say. And then at the end of the studio era of making films, that's when actors were free to act in whatever productions they wanted to be in. But back then, you were on a contract. As a matter of fact, in the early days of musicals, if you were a big star with the studio and they wanted you to be in a musical, they would put you in a musical whether you can sing or not. And so there's clips of Clark Gable and Cary Grant and Jimmy Stewart having to sing through these scenes. It's really kind of comical. But so that's what I'm just about finished up with now, is the history of 20th Century Fox.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
sounds interesting.
Yeah, I love it. I love reading about the history of that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Cool.
All right. Anything else you want to end up on, or?
Well, you know what? If you're on TikTok, we have a new series called Book Bites and Local Delights. So it's a fun series where we go to local restaurants and pair it with a book. So today we just posted one. We went to Professor Soup's and we had a book about soup.
Great spot.
So,
Great
so
spot.
yeah, and we get to try their and we do interview the owners. So it's
What
really
other ones
cool.
have you done in Orion?
We've been to Parlor Donuts.
Oh yeah, great. Rocky, he's a good man. They're doing good work over there.
We went to Yates.
Okay.
Had cider.
Yeah.
And it happened to be free donut day, so that was
Can't beat
awesome. Where else have they gone? You know, I don't know off the top of my head. There's only 5 of them so far, but it's one of our youth librarians, Lydia, and our marketing librarian, Paige, are kind of spearheading that fun project.
Really unique, cool idea. I love it.
That's what I love about this library is, you know, people think of a library as just a place to check out books, but our library is always keeping up with the trends and the technology. Dan Major comes here to ONTV to record a podcast. You guys are on TikTok. You have all that cool makerspace stuff from 3D printers to, you know, wood burning and Cricut and all that stuff, and it's really cool to see the library always staying on pace with the technology that's out there and the trends.
And the makerspace gets really busy in the winter with people making Christmas presents.
Yeah.
So if you want to go, book your time.
That's
There
really
you go.
cool. Yeah, no, you are not the library of the past.
No.
Definitely.
We try not to be. It's
full
more like
place to
this
be.
information hub
Yeah.
where we can send you off into the world with information.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're right on the Pollyant Trail is kind of cool too.
yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's neat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good stuff.
And the library, in a way, is being recognized by the chamber for the beautification efforts that they make on the grounds
Yeah,
with
definitely.
the gardens.
Oh,
and
that backyard,
plantings
the
and
backyard, I call it's so beautiful back there.
I
really
like it a
is.
lot. It's our Garden and Angels. They're
Yeah.
a group of volunteers, and they'll be recognized on Thursday at the Impact
That's
Awards.
right.
Very
we will
cool.
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, Ash, thanks for coming in. And
You're welcome.
so much going on. You can't claim that you're bored here in Lake Orion. There's
No,
always something
I
to do.
just kind of hit the tip of the iceberg here. So there's so much
Yeah.
more on our website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
Thank
sharing.
you. Thank you.
We're going to take you into this video. There's a little bit of a story behind this. I'll kind of tease it now, and we'll talk more about it afterwards. But we have a clip from Holiday Stories. One of our volunteers, Evelyn Doyle, hosts this among a wide variety of other programs that she does. And we found out fairly recently that she was one of the victims of the explosion over at the condo complex just up the road from here. She's doing okay. She stayed with family for a little bit, but she lost everything. She lost everything in the explosion. So we'll talk more about how you can help Evelyn after this segment of Holiday Stories.
Hello, this is Evelyn, and I'm going to read you a holiday story. For my first story, I picked up a book, My First Kwanzaa. I thought it would be interesting to learn. Hooray, hooray! It's time to get ready for Kwanzaa. First, we get the kinara. It's made of shiny wood, and I put 7 candles in it. 3 red, 1 black, and 3 green. And we light a candle every night to celebrate a special idea. Mommy brings the kikumba, the unity cup. For each child, we place 1 ear of corn, called muhundi, on a straw mat. My brother adds apples, yams, nuts, and squash. The fruits and vegetables, mazo'o, reminds us of the end of the harvest and the beginning of the planting season, just like in Africa. Umoja, which means unity. On the first day of Kwanzaa, neighbors come to visit. We ask, Habari gani? That means, what's the news? We laugh and talk and sing. We are friends and family. Kujichagulia, self-determination. On the second day of Kwanzaa, I asked Mommy to braid my hair in a fancy African way. It makes me feel proud. Ujima means working together. On the third day of Kwanzaa, we plant flowers in the lot next door. We all work together to make our neighborhood pretty. Ujuma'a, helping our neighborhood grow. On the fourth day of Kwanzaa, we buy special food for our celebration. We like to shop in our neighborhood stores to keep our businesses strong. Nia, purpose. On the fifth day of Kwanzaa, I dream of what I can be. Someday I will be an African dancer. I will be like my Aunt Tasha. Kuumba, creativity. On the sixth day of Kwanzaa, my cousin and I paint a clay pot and weave some baskets. We will make our house beautiful. Imani, faith. On the seventh day of Kwanzaa, we light the last candle to show our faith in ourselves, our family, our future, and our past. Grandma gives us zawadi, gifts for promises that we have kept all year. A handsome doll for me and an African shaker gourd for my brother. At last, it's time for the feast. We call it Karumu. Friends come over and everyone cooks delicious African food. The house smells so good, spicy chicken and sweet yams. We all take a sip from the unity cup and share our wonderful meal. Then we sing and dance and play music and celebrate Happy Kwanzaa. I hope you enjoyed that. That was learning new words, which you may be able to pronounce better than I do. But I'm wishing you a happy Kwanzaa, and God bless all of you.
So, like I said, Evelyn is one of our beloved volunteer producers here at ON TV, and we were shocked to find out that she's been impacted by that explosion at the condo complex. We're taking up a collection here of gift cards and any donations that you might want to get to Evelyn. Just come to the Orion Center. You go to our website, orionontv.org, to find out all our contact information. But we're going to try to do what we can to help Evelyn, who was impacted by that explosion. And I know that there's a bigger effort for, I mean, there were multiple families and people that were affected by that explosion.
Yeah, I don't have the update to the person right now, but we had a lot of families that were affected and displaced. Our building department's out in the process of inspecting, making sure which places are safe to occupy, but it's all about safety first. But if anybody does need help or want to help on the broader response, you can reach out to the township, extension 2009. We have a number set up there. Love Inc. has been collecting funds from the community that they're dispersing to all the victims that have been affected in different ways. We also, Woodside collected a lot of items, in cooperation with Woodside and I'm going to forget the name of the other church right now. But there's a lot of people that have come together to try and make a difference. So if you've been affected or if you want to help, you can always reach out to me at the township, at the Treasury Department, and I can get you in the right direction, or just call that phone number and we'll get you connected.
Awesome. All right, our final segment, we've already talked about all kinds of stuff that's coming up in the community, but Becky went to the effort of putting together this week's Quick Hits, so let's take a quick look.
The Orion Arts Center Holiday Market is now open. Stop by the downtown gallery now until December 23rd. The market is open on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Made in the Michigan pop-up market is this Thursday. The market will take place at the Orion Center from 3 to 7. Shop for the holidays with this one-of-a-kind arts and crafts show featuring Made in Michigan products. Admission and parking is free. There's still time to get your tickets for the Holly Jolly Folly. This fundraising event takes place this Friday at Gowling GMC in Lake Orion. Enjoy food, music, a silent auction, and lots of holiday cheer at this annual fundraiser for the Orion Lighted Parade. Get your tickets at orionlightedparade.com. On Saturday, the Orion Library will be hosting a Bounce and Boogie program beginning at 11 o'clock. Learn physical literacy and fundamental motor skills to promote a healthy, active lifestyle. This program is for all ages. For more information, you can visit orionlibrary.org. Don't miss the Orion Lighted Christmas Parade this Saturday. This year's theme is a storybook Christmas. The parade will take place in downtown Lake Orion beginning at 6 p.m. Looks like we have a little bit of snow on the way. Wednesday's forecast is calling for snow and wind with a high of 34 and low of 18. Partly cloudy on Thursday with a high of 29 and low of 15. Cloudy skies on Friday with a high of 28 and low of 21. Cloudy again on Saturday with a high of 32 and low of 28. And cloudy once again on Sunday with a high of 40 and low of 36. Well, that's it for this week's ON TV Quick Hit. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
And that brings this episode of Orion Today to a close. As I said at the beginning of the program, this is our last episode of Orion Today for 2024. So, Matt, I want to wish you and yours a happy holidays, and a happy New Year, and we'll see you again at the beginning of the new year.
Well, thank you, Joe. I'm very happy to be here to end the year with you, and I look forward to visiting when you need me next year. But very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday to you and to your family and to all of you.
Yep, everyone have a great holiday, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2025.